So, Ltd just dropped its Q3 2025 earnings, and wow, what a report. The company is absolutely firing on all cylinders. Today, we're going to break down exactly how they're doing it, looking at the three core pillars, that's e-commerce, finance, and gaming, that are just fueling this incredible growth.
All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First up, the big record-breaking numbers. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the three engines driving all this. You've got Shopee in e-commerce, Monee in finance, and the big comeback story, Garena in gaming. And we'll wrap up by asking, so what's next for C?
Okay, so let's do right into it with the big picture. What are the headline numbers that made everyone's jaws drop this quarter?
And boom, here it is. $6 billion. That's their total revenue for Q3. And just to give you a little context, that's a jump of nearly 40% from this time last year. That is just a massive number, and it really sets the tone for everything we're about to unpack.
And you can hear this confidence right from the top. The company's CEO, Forrest Li, honed in on one key idea: profitable growth. You'll see this isn't just about getting bigger for the sake of it. No, this focus on making money, not just spending it, is the thread that ties all three of their businesses together.
All right, so before we go any further, you're going to hear this term a lot: adjusted EBITDA. Don't let the jargon scare you. All it is really is a way to see how much cash the core business is actually making. Once you strip out all the funky accounting stuff. It's the number C points to say, look, this is how healthy we really are.
And, well, the numbers don't lie. Just look at this growth. Their adjusted EBITDA skyrocketed from about $521 million last year to over $874 million this quarter. That's a 67% leap in core profit. So the big question is, how? How did they pull this off? Well, let's start with pillar number one, their e-commerce business.
All right, pillar number one is Shopee. This is their absolute beast of an e-commerce platform. And to put it in their own words, it was yet again a record-setting quarter. So, when you talk about e-commerce, the magic number is GMV, gross merchandise volume. It's basically the total price tag of every single thing sold on their site. And Shopee's GMV, it shot up to a staggering $32.2 billion. Think about that. They are adding billions of dollars in sales to their platform every single quarter. It's wild.
So, how exactly are they doing it? Well, it's not just one thing. First, they're getting more people to shop, and those people are coming back more often. Simple, but effective. Second, their ad revenue is just exploding, up over 70%. And third, they're getting really smart with AI. We're talking about better recommendations, better search, stuff that actually got people to click buy 10% more often. It's working so well that they've actually bumped up their growth predictions for the whole year.
And listen, it's not just about the fancy AI stuff. They are absolutely crushing the nuts and bolts of logistics. Shaving 2 whole days off delivery times in a market as massive as Brazil, that is a game changer. And then you look at Indonesia, where they can get stuff to your door in under 2 hours. That is how you get customers to stick with you for life.
And all of that success in e-commerce, all those millions of users, well, that creates the perfect launchpad for our second pillar, Monee. This is C's digital finance business, and honestly, it's turned into an absolute monster of a lending machine.
Yeah, the strategy here is just genius, really. Monee taps into the huge pool of users already shopping on Shopee or playing Garena's games and offers them loans and credit right then and there. It's seamless. And the results, well, you're about to see just how staggering the growth has been.
Just look at this chart. Their loan book, the total amount of money they've lent out, has just exploded. It went from $4.6 billion to almost $8 billion in 1 year. That's nearly 70% growth. But, whenever you see a lender grow that fast, one big flashing red question always pops up. And that question is always about risk. Are they just lending money to anyone? Well, this number right here is the answer. Their non-performing loan ratio, basically the percentage of loans that have gone bad, is sitting at a super stable 1.1%. For that kind of breakneck growth, that figure is incredibly healthy. It shows they're not just growing fast, they're growing smart.
And it's not slowing down, it's speeding up. Think about this. They added over 5 million first-time borrowers in this quarter alone. Their total number of active loan users jumped by 45%. And then there's Brazil again, where their loan business more than tripled in a single year. It's just incredible expansion.
Okay, on to our third and final pillar, and this one is a real comeback story. We're talking about Garena, their digital entertainment and gaming division.
Look, Garena went through a bit of a rough patch for a while there, but they are back. And I mean back in a big way. Bookings, which is basically the cash players spend in their games, shot up 51% year over year to $841 million. This was their best quarter since 2021, and how they did it is just really, really cool.
So, what was their secret? It was brilliant. They tapped right into the global zeitgeist. They did these two massive collaborations, one with the Netflix phenomenon Squid Game, and another with the legendary anime Naruto. And these weren't just, slapping a logo on something. These were full-blown, in-game events that players absolutely went nuts for.
And if you need a number to really grasp the scale of this, get this. The red light, green light challenge from Squid Game, people played that minigame inside Garena's Free Fire more than 300 million times in a single quarter. I mean, that's a level of engagement you just don't see very often.
All right, so we've looked at 3 different businesses, right? E-commerce, finance, and gaming. Each one is a powerhouse on its own. Now let's pull the camera back and see how they all fit together to tell the bigger story for Sea Limited.
This table, right here, this is where it all comes together. This shows you the actual profit, that adjusted EBITDA we talked about, from each pillar. And the numbers are just jaw-dropping. Look at Shopee. It went from making $34 million to $186 million. Monee is kicking in a cool $258 million. And Garena, the comeback kid, is the profit king with over $465 million. The key takeaway here is that every single part of this company isn't just growing, it's a serious profit-making machine.
And this last quote from CEO Forrest Li really puts the cherry on top. What he's saying here is, folks, as good as this all looks, we're just getting started. The markets they operate in still have tons of room to grow when it comes to online shopping and digital banking. So in their eyes, they have this massive long runway to keep this momentum going.
So there you have it. It's like a perfect storm of success. Sea has engineered this incredible trifecta: a dominant e-commerce machine, a booming lending business, and a resurgent gaming giant, all hitting their stride at the exact same time. It's proven it can grow, and it's proven it can be profitable. So the big question on everyone's mind now is, just how long can they keep this amazing run going?